I wish
give
we
you
could have
any more.
recorded that when you opened the door and said to come on in.
I thought you were the neighbor over there.
Yeah.
I said, come on in. And then I saw her. I said, oh.
And I was like, oh, they're really friendly, just inviting a stranger. Into, I was like, okay, I'll come in if you insist. Thing is, even if you're in a federal prison, you can still run for president.
Oh, wow.
So there's nothing that says, I mean, this is one of these loopholes that we have to close, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing that says that you can't run for president from a federal prison.
That's great.
And somebody's done it before. This guy, Eugene V. Debs, in the early 20th century, he was a socialist. He ran, he lost, but he got like 20%, I think, or he got a fair amount of votes. So, we could have for the first time or the second time a presidential candidate who's running from.
Right.
I don't think they'd put him in prison, but I think they might put him in house arrest.
So who's running against you?
We have an incumbent Republican, Michelle Steele. So I'm running against her.
She's a black lady, right?
Sorry?
A black lady.
No, she's an Asian lady.
Are you Democrat?
I'm a Democrat.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm running against a Republican. I'm a Democrat, and in our district, President Biden actually won by 6 points, and then she won by 4 points. So it's one of those swing districts where, depending on who votes, and hopefully you'll vote. You could be the difference.
I do vote.
Okay, good. So you could be the difference maker, if you vote or not, because it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. So every vote's gonna count. But what I've been saying is, I'm a Democrat, but I don't care, what people's party is.
Right.
I'm focused on issues. So
Yeah.
housing,
Yeah.
anti-corruption, inflation.
Anti-corruption, I don't like
Inflation, everything, prices of everything is going up. We were talking to some folks who were saying,
it's crazy.
one of your neighbors was saying, his Social Security expected payment goes down every year. He's not even retired yet.
No, somebody in this area?
Craig,
Okay.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, his name's Craig. So he says, I'm 61, every year my Social Security expected payout goes down and the price of everything goes
Goes
up.
Of course, yeah.
So, that's not sustainable. And
Yeah.
like for folks my age and younger, I mean, I don't even think Social Security is going to be
That's
there
what I was thinking
when I
too.
retire.
Yeah.
That's what I was
I'm not
thinking.
even counting on
like
that.
my kids,
right?
when they retire.
It's not going to be there.
Yeah.
Not gonna be there.
See, so what they have to depend on what their
Job.
401 or their
Yeah.
pensions and
Yeah.
on their job, then Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is we just keep kicking the can down the road on all these problems.
know.
Nobody wants
I
to do any work, right? They all just want to talk.
Nobody wants to face the issues.
Nobody wants to face the
You're
issues,
right.
and then when things go wrong, they just blame each other, right?
Yeah.
If you're a Democrat, you blame Republicans. If you're a Republican, you blame Democrats, and nobody's accountable for anything.
Right.
That's
So-
been going on for years.
Yeah. So my thing is to stop the blame game, and let's start working on these problems, right? Because we have a lot of problems as a country.
We sure do.
And I want to focus on that. So that's why I say, I let people know, hey, I'm a Democrat, but I don't care what party you are. We're knocking on doors, and I know the Republicans because I have an app that tells me, what the registration is. We're still knocking on those doors because I found that when you talk to people, they're willing to vote for you. They're open-minded usually if you talk to them about issues, right?
Biden's Democrat too, isn't he?
He's a Democrat. Yeah.
When is this going to go in effect? So you can start voting for you right at this moment? or
March
what?
5th.
Oh, March next
And
year.
then
Okay.
mail-in ballots go in early February. Yeah, but we got to start early, because I'm knocking on doors every city in the district, and there's 14 cities.
Okay.
So I live in Brea, so we're starting in Brea.
Yeah,
but-
right there.
Yeah,
I live in Long Beach, so.
not that far.
No.
Yeah.
Got my vote.
Oh, thank you so much.
She's in Whittier.
Hi.
What's your name?
I got a vote. You want my social security?
No. Definitely not. That would create some legal issues for us if we
I'm
got
just
your
kidding.
social.
No, I'll vote for you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll give you one
You
of
spell
these
your,
too.
you spell your name P-A...
P-A-I, yeah, it's my last name, so on the ballot it'll say Aditya Pai. My first name's there too.
And I was like...
It's
what
also
kind
my
of pie you
nickname.
Now,
want?
how do you pronounce your first name?
Aditya.
Strawberry.
Oh, my God. How do you pronounce it?
Aditya.
What kind of pie you want?
No, his first name.
Aditya.
Okay, now you just
Aditya, yeah.
Aditya Pai.
Aditya Pai, yeah.
Aditya Pai. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so, but I go by, Pai is my nickname too, so whatever's easier.
What's your first name?
I did
It's-
check.
Oh, goodness.
It's right there.
Oh, my God.
I wrote it down so you don't have to remember it.
Open the water inside.
Oh,
This is the Indonesian in them.
the sun is in my way.
It's okay. We just ambushed you on a Saturday, so
I know.
it's not.
Yeah.
It's not.
I
I didn't
wish
give
we
you
could have
any more.
recorded that when you opened the door and said to come on in.
Well, you know
Yeah,
what?
that was really
you know why
fun.
I said that?
Yeah.
Come on in. I thought you were the neighbor over there.
Yeah.
I said, come on in. And then I saw her. I said, oh.
Well,
I
yeah.
never say-
Well, because I just walked up your porch and started, knocking on your door.
I
and
said,
stuff.
oh no, they didn't kill me.
I told him a joke when you left. I said, he probably was going to come and then he looked at you and said, oh, no.
No, I was gonna wait outside, but then
I
you said
pulled
you
up.
said come in.
No, I pulled up and I saw him coming out of the house saying, come on in. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is my brother doing now?
And I was like, oh, they're really friendly, just inviting a stranger into. I was like, okay, I'll come in if you insist.
What is
But, like,
wrong with this picture?
I was pretty surprised when you said that. No, but I appreciate it. Your
Yeah.
vote means a lot. It'll make a
Yeah.
difference. And
Well, you guys are really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are
Really
nice.
friendly
Thanks.
and happy, so yeah.
Yeah, we're just trying to have fun with it. A lot of times politics feels pretty joyless. It gets pretty nasty. People
Is
are mean.
that your wife?
No.
Oh.
You're just helping us with the campaign.
Oh, I thought-
Yeah. No, I'm not married. This is all I do. I have no wife, no kids. I'm doing this full time, and I practice law at night. So,
You have no resting at all. No space to relax.
sorry, what do you mean?
Relax.
What do you do?
I take Fridays off.
What do you do?
This is what I do full time.
Cameraman.
So Nolan's actually living with me for a month.
Okay.
And he's a full-time cameraman for us. And so we take Fridays off. The other 6 days, we're pounding the pavement.
Wow.
So
Oh, cool.
we work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week.
Wow.
Yeah. So we work hard, and then Fridays we don't talk to each other because I don't want to hear from him, and he doesn't want to hear from me. That's our
Go
day
find
off.
something to do. Just
Yeah.
get out of my way.
Yeah,
No more
exactly.
pictures today.
Exactly.
Day off.
So Fridays, my family's down in Irvine, so I go down there. I spend Fridays with them, with my
My daughter
parents.
lives in Irvine.
Okay, great. So I grew up down there. I went to high school there.
Okay.
But I like living up here, and then when, Fridays I go down there and I don't think about anything. I don't work. And then the other 6 days I work my ass off.
Oh,
So
cool.
that's how I stay sane,
Yeah, we all kind of grew up in La Habra.
Okay. Denise is from La Habra, or Denise lives in
Oh,
La
yeah?
Habra.
Yeah.
How
You
old are
went
you,
to-
Denise?
I'm 37.
Oh, she don't even look that old.
She looks young. She
You went
looks
to
young.
Sonoma High
What
School?
high school did you go to?
Oh, I grew up in San Gabriel Valley.
Oh, well, you go to Sonoma High School then.
Thank you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Are there any issues that you guys, want to see Congress work on that you really
The
care
one you
about?
mentioned about
Which
the,
one?
What was that, Joyce? You said you really have to, criminal
Corruption.
Corruption, yeah.
So
We
that you
see
think
that.
that's a big thing?
Well, you
Yeah,
can't,
and
you
it-
can't stop that.
It looks like
No, you
if
can't.
the
but
people have
anything to
money,
help.
they seem to get out of anything.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute, and yet still these other people that don't have money, they're going to put in jail. And these people that have money, or they're
They
of
pay
some
their
kind of
way out.
prominence, they let
They
it
pay
go, and
their
it's
way
like, wait a
out.
minute, are we turning our faces against this? We're letting it slide, and we're just slapping them. They need to be punished, just like anybody else that does the same thing. Why are we letting them go like that? You know what I'm saying? That's what I don't like.
Yeah, and it's upsetting, and one of the things you learn, in law school and as a lawyer is unfortunately we have one justice system for the wealthy and the powerful.
Right.
And then
See?
we have another justice
See?
system for the
I
poor and the
thought so.
powerless.
See?
We do.
You want to sit down?
No, I think
Okay.
And people don't want to admit it, but it's one of the things we
It's
have to
true.
work on.
Yeah.
Is if you're a senator or if you're a president,
Right.
you get a different set of rules.
You do.
But
You
if
do.
you're a renter and you're facing eviction,
Right.
or if you get a record and you're trying to get a job,
Right.
it's hard because
Right.
they know that you have a record, and you can't afford a lawyer.
And then the rent keeps going up.
Yep.
And I feel so sorry for these people
Yep.
that are on fixed income. They can't afford it, but they're just gonna stick it with them. And it's like, well, whatever. If you have nowhere else to live, you don't have nobody to live with. Then the street is your home. I'm like, don't you have a concern about these people? I mean,
Yeah.
it's sad the
Well,
way.
that's why we have the homelessness issue that we have. People say it's mental health, that's part of it, but also it's just housing is really expensive.
Right.
And if you're on a fixed income and your Social Security payments are going down,
Right.
your wages are stagnant. There was a stat that I read the other day was, in real terms, wages haven't increased for most people since 1973.
Right.
So meaning if you factor in inflation,
Right.
most people haven't gotten a raise in 50 years.
Right.
right? But rent keeps going up.
It does.
Social Security is going down.
Like my
so
sister, it's crazy.
No,
And it's
like
just not a lot. It's not just 30 or 40. It's like $100. I'm like,
we
what?
live in
the-
Marina Valley, like I said. And my daughter and I, we stay in the other, we live together. And our rent last year, or before last year, Ted, it was $12.50. I went to go pay my rent, and she gives me a letter, and I'm thinking, okay, $50 more in a couple months.
Yep.
She raised it. They raised it from $12.50 to $1,500. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute, what just happened here? We were just paying
It's
$12.50.
crazy,
Now
huh?
we're paying $1,500, and then he tells us.
And there's no
don't-
warning, right?
No.
Yeah.
Then he tells us,
No.
don't forget. In
Right.
January next year, we're going up to $1,600. Oh, but we're still the lowest here.
Uh-huh.
All the other apartments are $1,800.
It's hot in
You know, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, wow. You
Yeah.
know, it's like, and the thing that gets me, and I've checked with other people, late fee. Everybody I've spoken
They
to,
kill you on the late
$75
fees.
for everybody I've spoken
Yep.
to. Our late fee is $100 for late
Whoa,
fee.
whoa.
And I'm like, are you serious?
Do you think something is going on there?
And I'm thinking, are you pocketing
Well,
some of
well,
it?
this
and
is
just-
yeah. What happens is that landlords, they are banking on the fact that you probably don't know your rights as a tenant.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So that's
when you
what
sign your
a lot
lease
of the
agreement
work
or
that
rental,
I-
they put something there in small writing
Yeah,
that you
exactly.
didn't see.
And most people don't
And that's
read
what they're
their
tagged. Yeah.
their lease, but you know, as a renter, as a
Yeah.
tenant in California, you have rights. So that's a lot of the work that I did, and I talk about, you know, as a
Right.
candidate, is I did over 2,000 hours of pro bono eviction defense. So that's almost a full year's work as a
Right.
full-time attorney, but I did over several years. But what I learned is that, you know, people don't know their rights, and so landlords, they take advantage of that. Because the truth is that they're not supposed to charge you fees that they didn't tell you about ahead of time. They're supposed to keep your security deposit in escrow and give it back to you. You know, sometimes they steal your security
Right,
deposit
right.
for no reason, you know?
But see, the thing about it, our
Can I put my
landlord,
chair there?
Oh, of course.
My back is burning.
Of course.
our landlord lives in Washington, so it's just a manager that's running the apartment building.
Sure.
And
Oh, now
he's
you're
telling
gonna
us
go
it's
to the sun.
$100.
It's okay. At least my back.
Sorry, say
You want
that
to
again.
switch?
No, our landlord.
No, you're really gonna
in
ball up. You already
Washington.
said
Okay.
you're hot.
So
She's
the
hot.
one that's running our apartment right now is
Yeah.
our married manager.
There you go.
Okay.
So he's the one that's telling us that
Yeah.
So leave,
the
huh?
late fee is $100.
We should do
Next
it.
step.
Next step.
Yeah.
Next step. You can come in. The next step. Come
Wow.
in.
We can reenact that part where I just walk in. Yeah,
You need
so
a
they're not
closer step
supposed
closer
to
in the
do
door.
that.
I know.
They're not supposed to charge you those late fees if they don't tell you ahead of time
See, I told
that
you.
they're gonna do it. They're supposed to let you know what that is, but they're banking on the fact that you don't know that, you know? And so that's why, you know,
See?
a lot of the work that I've enjoyed is
Yeah.
not even representing people in court, but we've done these legal literacy clinics. So I did one with a nonprofit over in Cerritos. You know, you mentioned Cerritos.
Yeah.
So there's Cerritos nonprofit that I did as part of the campaign. We did a homeowners and renters rights clinic, and it was just literally just these are your rights. And for an hour and a half, I just went through, and it's a PDF. I can give it to you if you want, but it's just a PDF of these are your rights because people don't know what their rights are, right?
Right,
But if
right.
you know, well then next time they try to
Yeah.
pull something like that, you could say, hey, I know my rights, you know? Just like if you get pulled over by a cop, you should know, you know, what your rights are.
Right,
As a renter or tenant, you should know
Do
what
you
your
think he'll go for that if you say it like that?
Oh yeah, that'll scare them because when you say something like that, hey, I know my rights,
Yeah.
and you know, I know that this is not
Yeah.
legal.
Right.
Well, then they think, oh shit, I might get sued, and that's the last thing that they want.
Ah,
So
yeah.
you don't have to threaten to sue them. You
Yeah.
just have to let them know, like, hey, I know that
Know
this
my
is.
rights.
So
They
if you-
won't
yeah.
evict her for that, will they?
Huh?
They won't evict her for that statement, will they?
Well, you have to be careful because
Yeah, see?
but they're not. It's illegal to evict you for
Yeah.
exercising your rights. They're not allowed to do that. So, and you can call, like in Moreno, if you just Google like
His number.
pro bono lawyer. Yeah, I have an email address there, so you could
Okay.
just.
So
and
can I have another one?
Yeah, I have it
Sure.
right here.
yeah.
Are you guys thirsty?
You want some water or something?
You want Coke or anything?
You just missed dinner, but I mean,
No, that's okay.
You want Coke?
No, I'm okay. I
you
mean,
want water?
I'd have a glass of water.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want
thank
water
you.
too? What was your name again?
Nolan.
No,
Are
you
you
want
water?
water?
I'm
I'm
okay.
good. I'm good. I'm good.
I gotta keep
Drink.
recording this beautiful
Okay.
conversation.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
two.
great
Two, one,
What's
conversation.
about their Indonesian food they bought? We bought Korean
No, that's
food.
okay. You guys are really nice.
You want
That's
us to
awesome.
buy?
But you should just if you
Yeah.
have questions,
Yeah.
you know, every county has a hotline. So like in Orange County, I give people the OC bar number. I'll just send it to you. You know, if
Okay.
you have a number, email address. Because if you call them, they have a hotline, and then you can just ask them these questions, and they usually help you out at least with an answer.
This sun is ridiculous, huh?
Yeah.
If you just want to put your phone in.